Well, good morning. So this morning we are doing something a little bit different for you. We've got a long weekend in Sydney this weekend. It's Anzac weekend, so we're going to take a trip down to the Victorian Highlands with a couple of specific places in mind. So first place that we're going to visit, which is not in the Victorian Highlands but is in Victoria, is down at Mulwala, town of Mulwala, which has an incredible lake with lots and lots of these dead trees in there. I've been down there many years ago and always had it in the back of my mind as somewhere amazing to shoot. So we're going to tackle that one first, and then we're going to head up into the Victorian Highlands to visit a very iconic location, which is Craig's Hut. Now, Craig's Hut was used in the filming of Man from Snowy River 1 and 2, I understand, and it's been rebuilt a few times due to storms of fires and things that have raced through the highlands down there. So when I go down, apparently it's looking absolutely magnificent, and it's about to close. The tracks up there are about to close in May for the winter season, because obviously being the highlands, it gets a lot of snow down there. So this is the last available weekend we have to get up and try and photograph Craig's Hut. So might try a sunset or a sunrise and see what we get down there. Then we're going to have a look around the Highlands. There's another beautiful little town there called Bright, which my understanding is has a lot of really nice sort of autumn leaves. So that's also on the agenda, and then we'll see what else we can do on the way back. There's a few other little destinations that we might stop and see if we can get some shots. So we've got a big drive ahead of us today. It's about an 8-hour drive to get to Mulwala. So we'll do a couple of stops on the way and get down there and see what we can find. All right, here we go.
Alright, so there's Sydney, of course, and rather than show you this whole journey on the map as I usually do with a little car driving down every road, I thought it might be easier to show you this one on a map. So there's Sydney, of course, up in the top right hand corner there, and Mulwala is where we're heading, so you can see it down here. Mulwala sits, of course, right on that river, which is the actual border between New South Wales and Victoria. So you can see just below Mulwala, across the river, is the little town of Yarrawonga. So let's get down there, get set up, and get ready to take some shots. Here we go. We have just arrived at Lake Mulwala. This is right on the New South Wales Victorian border. And you've got the little town of, of Mulwala and Yarrawonga sitting on either side of the river there. And the reason we came here is because of these guys. It is absolutely sensational. So right now the time is, I think it's just before us, just after 5 o'clock, and the sun's going to set about 5:30. Now, we don't have a lot in the sky right now, but we're actually getting some really nice side light cast by the sun on some of these dead trees here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm 5-shot bracketing so that I can just make sure I capture the whole dynamic range of the scene. We've got this enormous tree right in front of us here with these beautiful reflections that you might be able to see coming off the water. Unfortunately, we've got this railing in the way, so what I've had to do is lean my camera. I'll just move out of the way so you can see this. My camera's leaning against the railing. So I'm just trying to keep everything dead still, so that when we take the shot, nothing's moving in the scene at all. So we'll start with this one first as a 5-shot bracket. I'm doing it in a landscape mode to start with. And then what I'm going to do with this big guy in front of us here is do a portrait mode shot as well. And as the sun goes down, hopefully the light's going to just improve very slightly. So let's check out the first shot. Check it out. Okay, that was the first shot of the day. Now that was a much quicker shutter speed, and what I've done is, in order to slow the shutter speed down, is I've put a 3-stop ND in front of the lens right now. So that's giving me about an f13 aperture, which is pretty good. And it's also giving me about a ½ second, and that's just going to give that little bit extra to the surface of the water to try and smooth it out a little bit here. We've got some really nice side light coming in on the tree because the sun's just heading down on the west over this direction. So the side light's coming in and just lighting up the tree just beautifully. So I'm still 5-shot bracketing because I want to try and just capture everything in the scene. I really don't want to put a grad on this one because the grad's going to pull down the light on the tree as well, and I really don't want to do that. So I'll just have a look at these once I get them back into Lightroom and Photoshop, and we'll just see if we can do all this in one shot. If not, we can try and just fill in some of the dark areas with a lighter shot. But okay, that's a 5-shot bracket with the 3-stop ND in front of the lens. Let's check this one out. Oh, just before we do that, I've also got a circular polarizer on there. So circular polarizer is making sure that I'm getting as much in the way of reflections as possible as well, and just trying to control the light in the sky. Okay, let's check this one out. Goodness, what an amazing place. So what I've done is just walked up this boardwalk a little bit further, so we're seeing the same tree from the other side, and of course now he's being lit up fully by the sun. There's a few trees just in the way of the sun there, so it's not fully, I shouldn't say fully, but you can see the top branches, and that's actually being reflected in the water as well. So I've still got the 3-stop ND in front of the lens and the circular polarizer, and I'm just 5-shot bracketing this just to make sure I capture the whole dynamic range of the tree. I'm looking at my histogram and just making sure that I'm not blowing out and I'm not crushing the black. So everything's sitting inside in the histogram there, and it's absolutely crazy amazing. And the lake is absolutely full of these trees. What I'll do is I'll pan around and just show you some of the scene behind the camera here, but it's absolutely crazy. Amazing. Okay, let's check this portrait shot out. 3-stop ND, circular polarizer, f13, and about a 0.8 as the median shot. Let's have a look. Alright, well I couldn't resist. I'm back at this spot again, and the reason why is because we're starting to get a little bit of colour on the horizon. It hasn't been much above us, but you can see in the distance it almost looks like a smoky haze, but it's starting to go pink. So I'm back here. What I've done is I've placed the big tree here on the right of the shot. The light is coming still from the west, obviously, so I've got a little bit lighter where the tree is, and then I'm just trying to capture some of the rest of the lake here as well. I'm still 5-shot bracketing, so I'm at f9, 0.6 in the medium shot, and I've got a 3-stop ND in front of the lens with a CPL. So okay, let's see how this one came out. So we've come down on this trip from Sydney. It's Anzac long weekend, kind of, and we've got an 8-hour drive to get down to Mulwala. We're staying at Yarrawonga this evening, so we've come here to do a bit of a sunset shoot with these trees, and I'm just going to make sure I can capture this whilst I'm talking to you. So once we've done the shoot here, we're going to head back, get some dinner. We're going to come out, because today is the 21st, it's perfect for a galaxy shoot. Now, no clouds in the sky currently, so we're hoping that we might either be able to come back here or find a spot along the shoreline with some really nice trees that we can shoot with the Galaxy as well. Now, it's going to be hard to record video doing Galaxy shoots, so if any of those shots come out, I'm going to put them up right now, and you can have a quick look at what we got, and I'll talk to you in a second. Here we go. Okay, so we're still in this position here, and I'm shooting portrait again, and the reason why obviously is because when you see the sky in the background, that smoky haze is really going red now. There's a lot of redness out on the horizon, but that's all behind the trees. And obviously we're here to shoot the trees in the lake today. It's just looking spectacular. I'm 5-shot bracking it again because I'm trying to make sure I can get the reflections in the water, and also at the same time I've got two very friendly white cockatoos that have sat on the very top of the tree. I don't know if you'll see them in the shot or not, but they're sitting quite happily getting their picture taken. So okay, f14. I'm at about half a second as the median shot again here. So let's see how this one came out. Check it out. So there is Lake Mulwala. What a place, amazing place. I came down here 15 years ago, drove past, and was amazed at what I saw. And this is the first chance I've actually had to come back with a camera and get some shots. So tomorrow we're going to get up and do a sunrise. Obviously the lake, we'll find a couple of trees facing down east in the lake and see if we can get a sunrise as well. And then tomorrow, later in the day, we're going to drive to the Victorian Highlands. We're going to stay up the mountains for a day or two and see if we can find anything to shoot over there. We've got a couple of ideas in mind for that one. So anyway, if you enjoyed the shots, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know what was your favourite shot. Always interested to know. I'm going to put all the shots up now with all the settings so you can see what the settings were for every shot. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.